Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to learn how to write repeating decimals as fractions in their simplest forms. Now in this video I'm just going to be solving a bunch of examples from hard to easy, and in the other video that I've uploaded you can go ahead and watch that as well. In that one I've explained in detail how you can write them, but in these ones I'm not going to be explaining the steps as in detail as much as I did in the other one. So make sure you go ahead and watch the other video before you go ahead and watch this one. Anyways, let's start. So it says, for example, write the repeating decimals as fractions in their simplest form. All right, well, we now know that if you want to convert them into fractions, the first step is to give them a name. So for example, here, I'm going to use a variable such as, I'm going to say x is equal to 0.54 bar. Now I have to move a whole repeated lump of this 0.54 behind the decimal point. All right, so I have to multiply x by a power of 10 to do that, and I think 100x could do the job because I'm going to get 54.54 bar, which is a whole lot of that 54 part. All right, now the next step is to subtract this by x itself, so I can get rid of the repeating part. 0.54 and 54 cancels out, and x is just 1x, so it's going to be 99x is equal to 54. Thus x is equal to 54 over 99. This can be simplified with 9. 54 divided by 9 is 6, and 99 divided by 9 is 11. So 6 over 11 is your final answer. All right, now let's take a look at the other one. Similarly with the other one, we have to basically write it as we should give it a name. We should use a variable to name it. For example, here I'm going to say let n be equal to 0.126 bar. Now, in order to move a whole repeated part of 126 behind this, what do you think I should multiply n with? If I multiply this by 100, I'm going to get 12.6, right? So that's not going to be the whole repeated part. I need 126 to come behind the 0 or the decimal point. So I should multiply n by 1000 to get 126.126 bar, right? Because that way I can get the whole repeated part to come out. Now, in order to get rid of the repeating part again, I'm just going to subtract by n. So it's going to be 0.126 bar. N is essentially 1 again. I'm going to get 999n is equal to 126. Now, in order to find the value of n, just divide both sides by 999. They cancel out. And so n is equal to 126 over 999, which can be further simplified if you go ahead, and it can be written down as essentially 14 over 111. All right. Now take a look at the other one. As you can see, this one has a new look. It's got 2 dots, right? Now, basically, this is another way of writing repeating decimals, but it's all the same thing. The dot starts at 2 and ends at 4, which means that the repeating part starts at 2, 3, 4, and ends at 4, right? So it's 2, 3, 4. And once again, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And the dots just indicate that they are repeating decimals, not much different from a bar on top of them. All right, next you just have to give this name again. So you can say let, for example, 0.234 dot dot be equal to, for example, r. So you can say r is equal to 0.234 dot. Once again, you have to remove a whole repeated part of this behind the decimal. And here I think 1000 would do the job. So 1000 times r, 1000 times 0.234 would essentially give me 234.234 dot dot, right? So I move a whole repeated part behind the decimal. The next step is to subtract it by r, so that way I can get rid of the repeating part. So 0.234 dot. Draw the inequality. So equality. So this one and this one cancels out. 1000 minus 1r would give me 999r, which is equal to 234. 234. All right. The next step is to divide this side by 999 so that you get r alone. but if you do something to this side, once again, you should do the same to the other. So r is equal to 234 over 999. Now, which number can simplify this fraction? If I divide this side by 9, I can also divide this side by 9 as well. So that should give me 234 divided by 9. That would be 26 over 111. All right.